It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21 plus. Terms and conditions apply.
Wake your ass up, fool. John J. and Rich. What's crack-a-lackin'? This is the big boss dog, Snoopy Deagle Double Jizzle. Bang, boom, what you gonna do? John J. and Rich. We're not talking about Ren 1010. We're not talking about Lassie. It's the one and only dog, y'all. The classy, sassy, big Snoop Deagle Double Jizzle. In your face to be and in the place to be. And you're listening to John J. and Rich. Wake your ass up, fool.
You know how I have my routine, my morning routine, right? Very specific morning routine. Everything is down to the minute for me with my routine.
Which sounds insane, by the way.
And part of that is I go in a hot tub and then I jump into a cold plunge, right? That's my routine. So my wife, I get up this morning, my wife's having this coughing attack. She comes into the bathroom and she's like, oh, God, I was coughing so bad. And I was in the middle of this dream where I was rebounding for Grayson Allen from the Phoenix Suns. And the basketball was flat, and he was pumping. I was holding the ball, and he was pumping the ball. But then I started coughing, and I woke up, and I never got to finish rebounding for him. And I'm standing there, like, in my underwear, like, oh, okay. Like, wow, how am I having this conversation at 3:15 in the morning, right? And then I'm like, hey, well, I'm going to go. Yeah, now she's standing there, right? I'm like, I'm going to go do my routine. I'm going to go get in the hot tub. And she looks at me, I go, do you want to come with me? She goes, okay. And I'm like, what? Like,
It's
kind of my time.
We don't talk at this time in the morning.
I'm just impressed that Blake would wake up and choose to stay awake and not just go back to bed.
I know.
I would be going right back to bed after my little coughing attack.
Well, guess what? She joined me in the hot tub this morning, right? And like talking and having a conversation. I'm like if it's noon or something, and I'm like, hey, can you turn it down? We're like, it's quiet out here. I do my meditation. I peace. So we talk for a little bit. Then I go get in the cold plunge. And the problem with the cold plunge is, like I realized this morning, is I probably don't go as long as I normally do, or I think I do, because she was in there. She wasn't in the cold plunge. She was in the hot tub. I'm in the cold plunge. And I didn't want to get out when I wanted to get out because I wanted to be more manly. You know what I mean? Because she was there.
Show
so now
off a little.
I'm freezing. I was in there way too long than I normally. I must be in there normally for a minute or two. And I think I was in there between 3 and 5 minutes, and it was 42 degrees.
Isn't that the magic at 3 minutes?
It is, but at 3 o'clock, like when you're on the routine bus, like me, I'm going. I'm like, I get in there, I don't have a timer on, so I'm like, that's probably about 2 minutes, I'll get out. But today, I know that it was way, way, way longer because I was trying to be studly for her. Anyway, the hot tub, I highly recommend the hot tub.
My problem with the hot tub is I don't have one, but my neighbor does. And he likes to invite me over with him almost weekly now. It's nice outside. I'm out in the front yard. I talk to the neighbors. And now it's gotten to this awkward thing where it started with, why don't we meet and have drinks by the bonfire on a Saturday night? Now it's to the point where he gets in my face a little bit and he says, I'd like you on the semi-regular basis, just you and me, to get in my hot tub and talk about the neighborhood. And I've said to him, I do not want to do that. I don't want my shirt off anywhere, anytime, any place. But now it's gotten to that really, really awkward spot where I feel like now he's in my face and he wants me in his hot tub. Like, what
So
is
if he
happening
asks
there?
you weekly and you say no weekly, why does he keep asking?
I don't
That's
know.
awkward.
It's almost like he thinks I'm going to change my mind.
Like, is he a single guy?
No, he's married. I think he's got grandkids. He's an older gentleman, but I don't know what it is. Maybe part of his world is we all staying out in the hot tub.
He wants a new friend. He wants
Well,
you to be his friend.
You can have friend. You can be a friend and talk in the front yard just fine.
Oh my
just stay in the
gosh.
front yard.
It is like you're almost like you're really crossing a certain boundary
Don't
when
you
you go
think?
into the pool hot tub lane with anybody, right?
Don't you think?
Because you're really getting down to your skivvies,
Yeah.
basically. Right? That's
Swim.
weird.
Hey, we're all going swimming. The whole family's going swimming. Why don't you come over and have some drinks? Sure, okay. But I wouldn't want to do that either. But just you and me let's hang out and talk about the neighborhood in the hot tub freaks me out a
I
little
think
bit.
it depends on what kind of hot tub he has too. If he has the above ground hot tub, the kind that's slippery.
I can see it from my window.
Is it the kind, you know what I mean? It's like a hot, like the way we normally.
Was it built in or did he buy it?
No, it's built into the pool.
Okay, so it's like
thingy.
part of his pool.
Yeah. You like walk down the stairs into the.
Just
into
because the
hot
other
tub.
ones are slippery and then feet touch. So
I've had that happen at that place where you go to the cold plunge in the hot tub and people walk in and your feet touch.
Oh God, I don't ever go in there. I don't ever go in there.
Anyway, so.
But there's a couple ways of looking at it with the hot tub. I think it's like for me, if I ever said to someone, "You come over a cold plunge hot tub," it's like a therapeutic vibe. Your guy's more like he's wearing a robe, like
Yes.
Will Ferrell. That sketch, Will Ferrell and Saturday Night Live. Remember where they're like, "Oh, right, he's got
That's
the
exactly what I'm
beard
thinking of.
and
Me
there's
and my
like it's almost
lover.
like they're swingers."
My lover, he's got a cold plunge, but it's just a freezer in his garage.
What if this is the first step of him trying to get you to swing with him and his wife? Like this is the first step to get you comfortable with your shirt
Why
off.
did you just ask?
This is where I help make these decisions in my brain. Like if I were you, I would do it.
Why would you do it?
Because you have a story to tell on the radio.
I guess that's true.
I always look. That's why I told my wife the other day we were going to go to this event. She was like, "Why? I can't believe you want to go." I go, "Because I'll have something to say."
It is
and
the
I
most-
really had. You know, it's funny. I went to this event on Sunday, and I thought I'd have something to say, and I had nothing to say. I had lunch with Maxim from Dancing with the Stars, but that was it. But I had no reason to bring that up except for right now.
Yeah, see, it worked.
See,
so you got something.
So
out
now,
of
if
it.
you go in the hot tub with your neighbor, you're going to be like, "Oh my God, guess what happened to you yesterday?"
I guess
and
it's-
then we could go, "Wow, Rich has got great stories."
All right, well, I'll just be more uncomfortable because the ask is uncomfortable. To go is super uncomfortable. I will do it for the show.
There you go.
Oh my gosh.
Video and pictures, please.
You're brave.
All right, Mr.
Look at-
Nate, get
See-
that hot tub ready, Mr. Nate.
Now, here's the thing. My wife doesn't know that I was like freaked out about her ruining my routine. And guess what? She texted me and she just said, "Loved hanging with you." Heart. See what I mean?
Does that make it worth it?
Yeah, sure. She threw off my whole day. Now I'm freezing.
Here we go. I wake up with them. Get up.
John, Jay, and Rich.
It's horoscope time. Payne, what's the vibe for horoscopes?
It's National Nonviolence Day, so I'm going to tell you if you're an aggressive person or not based on your zodiac
It's
sign.
National Nonviolence Day?
Yeah.
Oh.
Keep
that's
the peace.
All right. Hello, Mason. What's your sign?
I'm a Gemini.
Geminis, you guys are violent? No, you're not. Verbally aggressive, though, you are. Geminis, you guys can talk your way in and out of any fight. Instead of fists, you guys are throwing words. So you leave people dazed and confused, and you're not about that violent life, but you will roast somebody with a smile on your face.
That's scary how accurate that is.
Mason, have a great day.
All right, bye.
So the next call I'm going to pick up, the name is Seam. Is it Seam or do you think it's a Sean? What do you think? Seam. I'm going to go with, I'm going to trust Nick. Good morning, Seam.
Sean.
Oh, well. I mean, you've never heard anybody named Seam before. You seem to be a Sean.
Sean, what's your sign?
Pisces.
Just like Rich. Okay, Pisces, you guys are not violent until you are pushed too far, and then it is like a tidal wave of emotions crashing down on anyone in your path. Your aggression comes out of passionate bursts, usually followed by an apology and a sad puppy look.
It's happened.
Spot on.
What about you, Seam?
Yeah, that was spot on.
What about you, Sean? All right, brother. Have a great day.
Thank you. You as well.
Teresa, good morning. What's your sign?
Hi, I'm a Sagittarius.
Sagittarius, you guys can snap in a heated moment, but you get over things as quickly as they started. So one minute you're yelling, and the next you're like, let's just go get pizza and get over this. So your short fuse burns out super fast that no one ever really feels the burn.
That cinches me up to a T. That's perfect.
That's so you, Teresa. So you.
It's me. All right, guys. Thanks.
Bye.
Libra. How about Kyle for Libra?
Yeah, Kyle, my Libra. Libra is the ultimate diplomat, so violence, no way is that happening. You guys would rather smooth things over with a well-timed compliment or even a distraction, but if somebody threatens your sense of justice, then they are going to see that other side of you. You're not going to get physical, but you're going to give them an icy stare and a firm tone, and they're going to back off real quick.
Okay. Yeah.
Karina, good morning. What's your sign?
Good morning. I am a Capricorn.
Capricorns, you don't waste your energy on petty fights. If somebody comes at you, you're just going to raise an eyebrow and plot their downfall in a much more civilized and a long-term way.
Yes, very demure.
Yes, very mindful.
All right, Karina, have a great day.
You too.
How about Virgo?
Yeah, John Jay, Virgos, you don't need to be violent because you're already 5 steps ahead. Why throw punches when you can destroy someone with a well-placed compliment or an expertly planned revenge? You're just going to sit back and watch the chaos you already initiated unfold.
Well-placed compliment is good. Because you can really screw with someone. And that's what I do. Anyway, what about for you, Leo?
Well, Leos, we're not violent. We're just dramatic. So if somebody wrongs us, it's less about throwing fists and more about throwing shade in like a theatrical way. So we have to have a crowd behind us cheering, and we're probably going to roast you on Instagram Live or something.
If we're going to get to your sign there, I'll post it on our website, johnjaneandrich.com.
Time stood still, just like a photograph. All this time I wasted, you were right there all along.
Hey, Stephanie, what's going on?
Oh, hi.
Hi.
I have such a story. My best friend found out that her husband was cheating on her through the iPad, of course, and she was 8.5 months pregnant.
Oh, that's such a bummer.
So we find out that he's cheating. We find out that it's one of her friends. And we figured out that they were going to go on a date. So another neighbor and I got in our car, literally like two little like reconnaissance women, go to the restaurant, sit in the parking lot, spy on this guy on his date with the other woman. And, of course, we're, like, on the phone with my friend just giving her the play-by-play. And they were stupid enough to sit in the front window and, like, kiss right there in front of the parking lot, like, just out in the open. Everything's fine. He left her when she gave birth.
Wow.
No shame.
Dang.
No shame.
Did he leave her for the woman he was eating with?
Yes.
Are they still together?
No.
Well,
Wow,
karma
man.
works
What a
in
jerk face.
That is so
different
bad.
ways.
Yeah, he actually ended up leaving her for another woman after having another baby with her.
You'll learn-
What?
You lose them how you get them.
Itself.
Yep.
What the heck?
What?
Yeah. Like, where's he going? Oh, he's going to the sushi place. Okay, let's go to the sushi place.
Oh,
You guys
he's
went-
going to the sushi place? Yeah, we're going to the sushi
Stephanie,
place.
you
Old
They're all
detective.
going.
you need to start your own private investigation
God.
firm.
Yeah, we actually brought my husband at the time. We actually brought his binoculars and everything.
You're like the nerve of them to sit by the front window. They didn't know you were spying on them.
That's so funny.
If you were just walking by and you saw you in the car with binoculars looking at a couple across the street. Oh, my God. All
I
right.
mean, we also like at that point, like you're the one in trouble. Like, don't get mad at me.
Right.
That's true.
That's nuts. All right, Stephanie, thank you. Boy, a lot of people got this experience. Sarah, what happened to you?
So my ex said that they were going to the mall at 9 o'clock at night, and I had an iPhone, and I looked up to find my iPhone, and my ex was actually down the street. So I pulled up on this person, and they were sitting in the front seat of their car with their window down, making out with somebody else.
That find my location, find my friend.
They were at the mall.
yeah.
She said, can we get married at the mall?
Not again.
No.
You're doing it.
I bet you if you take your phone or iPad to the iPad store or whatever the Apple store to get fixed, I bet you they bust stuff all the time that they just have to stay quiet about.
Sure.
Yeah,
And the pictures,
sure.
the fun pictures
Oh,
they
the
see.
pictures.
Becca, good morning.
Good morning. I have an iPad story as well, but I was actually a nanny, and they had it for the kids, and it was hooked up to the dad's phone. And he was talking to another woman in his office.
Yeah.
What did you do?
Like he said, where's the Ferguson file?
So I didn't say anything, and they actually came to me, and they're like, have you been seeing weird stuff on the iPad? I think it got hacked. And I just kept my mouth shut. I was like, I'm not losing my job over this.
You're like, right. Those hackers are really creative about the Ferguson files.
Right. A little freaky Ferguson files.
Thanks, Becca.
Thank you.
Oh, my God. 877-937-1047. If you ever got caught or caught someone in a unique way, we will talk to you next. John Jane Rich.
I've been throw up the sex in I can put you in.
Diana, is yours involve an iPad?
No, mine doesn't involve an iPad. It involves just a regular PC. So I lost my wallet, so I went on his PC to check on my transactions. and he has Facebook Messenger on his toolbox. And I found out through there that he was talking to his mom about talking to a girl online for 4 months and wanted to dump me.
Oh.
Ouch.
And it's like the fact he was talking to his mom about it. It's like, if you're like, someone's cheating, I'm not thinking to look through your text messages with your mom, maybe a friend or something, but that's wild.
Yeah, but there's so many different levels here because, like, why would you read his private message with his mom?
Right, that's what I'm saying.
So here's the thing. She said, just her message popped up and says, so when are you going to tell D, which is my nickname? And it was around November, so I'm thinking Christmas time, he's buying me something. I'm like, ooh, what is he going to buy me? And that's when I opened it up.
Yeah, I would have opened it up too. You saw your name.
Yeah.
Right.
All right, D. Thank you very much for calling in. Cassandra, good morning. You catch someone cheating?
So a long time ago, my son was 2 months old, and I kept having weird dreams. I thought that they were just, extra hormonal dreams. I was just sitting there, and this girl would walk by. She didn't have a face, but she'd walk past me. I was sitting in a chair, and she flashed me this BlackBerry. And I didn't think anything of it until about the third time I woke up, having a full-blown panic attack. And I woke up in the middle of the night. I didn't know how to use a BlackBerry, so it took me a minute to figure it out. Got on there and found out that my son's father had been cheating on me, and I feel like it was the universe telling me. I had never checked his phone before and just kept seeing this chick holding a BlackBerry, and sure enough, it was true.
Wow.
And what happened? Are you still with him?
We were on and off over years. Thought he grew up, found out he didn't. So, no, we're definitely not together.
Did you ever meet the girl?
There were so many.
Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Because I was going to say, if you saw her, you're the girl without a face.
You came to me in my dream.
Yeah, although there were other times where I did run into them and I would kill them with kindness with really snarky remarks like, oh, my God, thank you so much. You have the most beautiful breasts I've ever seen. Those kind of comments.
Oh, like if you saw nudes?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well, that's nice.
I love that.
It was very uncomfortable for them, and I would sit there and laugh.
It was uncomfortable listening to it.
But that shows something.
Oh, my gosh.
Okay, Adam, thanks for holding. You said you're the villain, right?
Right, yeah.
You got caught cheating. Explain, please, and thank you for holding.
Okay, so I got a tablet, and I'm not in tune with the technology, so I didn't put a password in. And I went on vacation with my girlfriend, and I was still keeping in touch with an ex, not physically, but, text-wise. And she kind of found my tablet and saw my conversations. And things didn't really pan out too good.
Were they inappropriate conversations?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay.
So your ex-girlfriend caught you with your girlfriend?
No, the new girlfriend caught him texting his ex-girlfriend.
Oof. That's no good.
Right.
Yeah.
That is no good.
All right, Adam. Thanks, brother. Have a great day.
Yeah. All right.
Good morning, John, Jane, Rich.
Hi, are you guys still on the segment with the cheating exes?
Yeah. You got one?
Okay. Yeah, so I actually was dating a ex-stripper, and we both had the same birthday, November 18th, and we were in Hawaii. And I had just gotten back from getting us food down in the lobby. And she was on the phone with one of my ex-best friends, business partners. And we got back from Hawaii, and I found that she was cheating on me with him. And I had rented a rental car so I could sit in the parking lot because they would notice my truck. And he said he needed to go change a tire because the tire pressures were low. And the only reason I knew he was talking about what my ex was driving is that I had let the ex for tires. And so that's how I found out that she was cheating on me. And then
tire pressure.
Tire pressure.
They broke up, and he ended up dating her mom.
Oh my gosh, is it Tish Cyrus?
Right.
Is it Noah and Tish Cyrus?
For real.
Well, I'm glad you told us her ex-occupation. She was an ex-stripper. That's really not important to the story.
It adds to
he was like,
the sliminess.
man, I dated this. She was an ex-carpenter.
So that right there should have been,
red flag.
I should have just known that it was never done.
Right on.
Red flag, exactly.
Thank you, brother.
Want to talk or throw some shade?
Oh, yeah. Call John, Jay, and Rich. 877-937-1047.
For Stacks and Hacks, I have stacks of information, and Rich has life hacks. A study found coffee drinkers live longer, but only if you stop drinking coffee by noon. All-day coffee addicts don't get the same benefits. And you know, I'm new to the coffee world.
But you hit it in the morning, yeah?
My last cup of coffee is right before 6.
But that study's weird because it says you're least likely to die by anything if you drink coffee in the morning. That's a pretty nice stat.
Is it just like black coffee? Because I feel like when you add all the creamers and the sugars, that's when it's no longer good for you.
You know what?
That's candy.
I just do black coffee. I think coffee's gross. Every time I drink it reminds me of drinking Jägermeister. Just disgusting, but you just got to get it down. So Canadian authorities have released a list of 911 calls that have missed the mark last year. Here are the top 5 bizarre 911 calls.
Number 5, an individual called 911 to report that somebody had thrown their ice cream on the ground.
Number 4, the caller advised that their cat was being mean to them.
Number 3, 911 dispatchers received a call for a person having trouble with their washing machine.
Number 2, an individual called 911 asking for help on a math equation as they didn't want to fail their test in the morning.
And the number 1 call, 911 dispatchers received a call from an individual reporting that their tambourine was taken from a party they were at.
You hear about Canadians are really nice. Those are what irked and bothered the Canadian people. A college in England is offering classes on how to make phone calls. Homework includes calling stores to ask if they have something in stock and calling restaurants to see what hours they're open. That's because this new generation of people don't know how to talk to human beings or make phone calls because they're always on their phone scrolling on social media. So they had to put a class together pretty much on how to be a human being. New study shows that people on video calls spend more time staring at themselves than the actual speaker. I guess apparently it's causing more people to consider cosmetic procedures. I was on a Microsoft Teams call yesterday. I didn't know what it was about until I was halfway through the call, for real, because there's a lot of people on it. And I was paying attention that I was posing myself. Because when I was on it, I was in my car, and it was kind of like, I was like, and then I was like, oh, God, I look terrible. Then you got to focus, and you got to move your head and try to get your chin to look good, and you're like, all right, now, I wonder if they'll think I'm good looking. And I don't really know what they're talking about.
Of course, because you're concentrating on you.
The best-selling video game in history is now, anyone?
Mario Kart.
Nope.
Minecraft.
300 million copies sold.
Wow.
They're the only game to sell more than 100 million. The only other game that sold more than 100 million is Grand Theft Auto 5.
Oh, wow.
I contributed to that.
The Minecraft?
Yeah, my kids are like obsessed with it now. And it's really annoying because they're like, can we get some Nintendo eShop gift cards? Because we want to buy mine coins. And I'm like, stupid in-app purchases.
Oh, yeah, it's the worst.
Did you see what happened with Lily Allen and Stranger Things star David Harbour?
No. So
David Harbour is the cop in Stranger Things, the big cop, the one that's
Hopper.
Hopper, yeah. And Lily Allen is his wife. And they met on Raya, the app that Jenna on the show talks about being on. They met on Raya, and they got married, and it's been 5 years. So she jumps on Raya for whatever reason and finds out that he's on Raya dating. So now they're getting a divorce.
Oh, my gosh.
Dang.
Hopper.
You're supposed to, turn that off once you get married.
I know. So Billboard magazine ranked the top artists of the 21st century based on their performance of the Hot 100, the album 200 charts from 2000 to 2024. Take a guess.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift, number 1. Drake, number 2. Rihanna, Beyonce, number 7. Rihanna, number 3. Drake, number 2. Taylor, number 1. Yep. What do you got for life hacks?
The hack to knowing what day the stuff that you want goes on sale. Now, this is true for like Target, Walmart, like a lot of the big stores. So it goes fast. So once I do it, I'll put it up on the internet so you guys can see it on our website. So Target and all the rest of them, they got a markdown schedule they stick to on a regular basis. So children's clothes, stationery, electronics, all marked down on Mondays. Women's clothing and domestics are marked down on Tuesdays. Men's clothes, toys, health and beauty on Wednesdays. Then lingerie, shoes and housewares is Thursdays. Cosmetics marked down on Fridays. If you want to get the best deal, wait the day after or later that day, and then you can see what's been marked down at the big stores, and that will all go up.
Hello, it is Ryan, and we could all use an extra bright spot in our day, couldn't we? Just to make up for things like sitting in traffic, doing the dishes, counting your steps, all the mundane stuff. That is why I'm such a big fan of Chumba Casino. Chumba Casino has all your favorite social casino-style games that you can play for free anytime, anywhere with daily bonuses. That should brighten your day a little. Actually, a lot. So sign up now at ChumbaCasino.com. That's ChumbaCasino.com.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. See terms and conditions. 18+.
Hello, iHeart listener. We have a confession to make. Both iHeart and this commercial you're listening to right now would probably sound a heck of a lot better on the new Roku Pro Series TV. It's got side-firing speakers that fill your room with sound, Dolby Atmos audio that puts you right in the middle of the entertainment, and the ability to pair seamlessly with your home theater sound systems that already have surround sound and booming bass. If all that sounds too good to be true, it'll sound even better on the new Roku Pro Series. Your hearing isn't better, your TV is.
There's an efficient way to get caught up on a lot of news. It's called The Seven from The Washington Post. It's a newsletter and podcast. Whether you're reading or hit play, you get 7 stories you need to know, and you can consume it all in just a few minutes. The Seven is out every weekday morning by 7 a.m. Eastern. I'm Hannah Jewell. I'm one of the writers, and I host the show. Find The Seven podcast wherever you're listening. The newsletter link is waiting for you in the show notes.
On johnjandrich.com.
It is Ryan Seacrest here. There was a recent social media trend which consisted of flying on a plane with no music, no movies, no entertainment. But a better trend would be going to ChumbaCasino.com. It's like having a mini social casino in your pocket. Chumba Casino has over 100 online casino-style games, all absolutely free. It's the most fun you can have online and on a plane. So grab your free welcome bonus now at ChumbaCasino.com. Sponsored by Chumba Casino.
No purchase necessary. VGW Group. Void where prohibited by law. 21+. Terms and conditions apply.